Today in class we talked about percent of change. So now we're going to go through a few examples to just reinforce what we've discussed today in class. When we find the percent of change, that's when we take the original amount and the new amount, we find their difference, and then we divide by the original amount. So remember, we take the difference, which means that we subtract, and we are going to divide by the original amount. As I mentioned in class, the biggest mistake happens in figuring out which number is our original amount. So we always want to read the problem carefully. So for this first one, a student went from 60 points in class to 90 points in class. What percent of change is this? And we also discussed about identifying whether it was an increase or a decrease. So when we're doing this, the student started off with a 60. So that means that their original amount is 60. So once we find our difference, that is what we're going to divide by. So the student went from a 60 points in the class to 90 points in the class. So now we need to find the difference in the 2 points. We've got to find our difference. And to get that, we're going to take 90 minus 60. And we get 30. Our next step is to do this division. 30 divided by 60 gives you 0.5, but we need to change this to a percent. So I gave you two options. You can either A, remember to move your decimal point 2 places to the right, or B, since you already have your calculators out, just go ahead and take this value times 100. Either way should get you the correct answer, which is 50%. So we subtract, divide, and then you can multiply by 100 or move your decimal over. Also, I told you I wanted you to identify if it was an increase or a decrease. Well, in this situation, if we went from 60 to 90, we got an increase, and that's how our answer would be a 50% increase. On to the next problem. Here, an iPad went on sale from $800 to $600. What percent of change is this? So first, let's find the difference. The difference between 800 and 600 is 200. And now you have to go back to your problem and identify which one is my original amount. So how much was the iPad before it went on sale? It was $800. So that means I will be dividing 200 by 800. When you do this on your calculator, your answer comes up to be 0.25. So again, either move your decimal point 2 places to the right or times by 100, and you get 25%. But I want to know if it is an increase or a decrease. So in this situation, since our original price was 800 and we went down to 600, it would be a decrease in price. So we would get a 25% decrease. And our last problem. The population of Scottsdale went from 25,000 to 35,000 people in a year. What percent increase is this? This problem, they already told you it was an increase. So our first step is to find the difference. The difference in 35,000 and 25,000 is 10,000. Remember, difference is subtracting. And then we've got to figure out what is our original number. What did we start from? Well, look back at the problem. It says that the population went from 25,000 people to 35,000 people. So 25,000 is where we started. That is our original amount. And when you go through and divide this and then multiply by 100 or move your decimal over, you get 40%. So your division here gives you 0.4, which translates to 40%. So there's 3 things you're doing in every problem. One, you're going to subtract. Then you have to figure out what is your original amount and divide by that. We did right here. And then the third thing is to change your decimal to a percent. Either move your decimal point 2 places to the right to get 40%, or just multiply by 100. Okay. I hope you guys understand this, and I will see you later.